So these white stones are from Hebron, Israel, and I don't know that I'm supposed to say it, but I'm going to say because I know the information. It may be the last year that we can get these exact ones. So the supplier that has been supplying them for all these years is not, they couldn't get any more this year, and they're not sure what it's going to look like moving forward. So just give you a year to think about. Our white stones may change for those who need extra time with change. And for those who have been keeping your white stones and they all look very nice and uniform on a little shelf somewhere, just this is your invitation to welcome whatever they look like next year for the next ceremony. So we have been traveling this journey together of celebrating the birth of Jesus, which is really about the rebirth of our individual Christ spirit within. And last week, many of us participated in the burning bowl ceremony, which was our opportunity to ask ourselves, what is standing in the way of me being my authentic self and living my best life? And through that ceremony, we made a decision to release whatever came up. This morning, through our white stone ritual, we have the opportunity to choose a new spiritual name for ourselves. A name that resonates with qualities we wish to develop or something that is desiring to emerge through us. We'll spend time in meditation, listening for that personal word later. And this practice is inspired by Revelation 2:17. And in Revelations, John is talking about the people being given a new name. And so the scripture reads, "Let anyone who has an ear listen to what Spirit is saying. To everyone who conquers, I will give some of the hidden manna. And I will give a white stone, and on that white stone is written a new name that no one knows except the one who receives it." So in Unity, we understand scripture not primarily as history, but as the story of our soul. Your soul, my soul, our soul's awakening to our divine nature. Revelation in particular is not about the end of the world, as some may have learned at some point along the way, but in Unity, it is about revelation, the unveiling of truth that has always been present within us. So when we hear this verse, we're not being promised something far off or reserved for only a select few. We are being invited into an inner spiritual experience available in the here and now. This verse is rich in symbolism, so let's take a closer look. To everyone who conquers. In Unity teaching, conquering is never about domination or force, right? It's about overcoming states of consciousness that are no longer serving us. It's those states of consciousness that keep us from knowing and understanding the truth of who we are. So we conquer fear with faith. We conquer resentment with love. We conquer limitation by remembering our divine source. Charles Fillmore taught us that the real battlefield is within, and the victory is always spiritual awareness. So when this verse says, to everyone who conquers, it's speaking to every moment that you choose, that you stand in truth and choose trust instead of anxiety, compassion instead of judgment, or truth instead of all those old stories that you've told or other people have told about you. So every time you do this, you are overcoming, not by struggle, but by awakening, right? In Unity, we don't believe that someone's path has to be about struggle and lamenting and all that. It is an awakening. So anything that brings you to that truth of who you are and opens you up to that awakening, that is a conquering of this human experience and a return to the spiritual experience. The phrase, I will give some of the hidden manna. Manna in scripture represents divine nourishment. the sustenance that doesn't come from human effort, but comes from God. So metaphysically, manna is the spiritual essence that is all around us all the time. The wisdom, peace, strength, and clarity that arise when we are truly aligned with Spirit. And notice that it says hidden manna. This nourishment can't be found outside of us. It doesn't come from approval, success, or certainty. It comes from communion with the divine within. Many of us have heard the story that, I'm forgetting which one it is right now, but basically talking about hiding the divine nature and like, oh, I'll hide it within them. They'll never think to look there. So when we find it, when it's no longer hidden from us, it shows up as a calm knowing in the middle of chaos. It shows up as insight that arises unexpectedly. It can show up as a sense of being held, even when answers are unclear. Unity reminds us that there is a direct inner supply that's always available, always sufficient. And when we slow down and turn inward and listen, we receive that which truly sustains us. And I will give you a white stone. In ancient times, here we go, a white stone symbolized acceptance, innocence, and belonging. It could mean acquittal, welcome, or a new beginning. As the Daily Word mentioned, there was a practice when someone had served their time in prison, they were given a white stone as a symbol that your debt has been paid and you are starting fresh. And that was some of what the white stone, when we're talking about white stone, where it comes from. But in general, white stones could also just be a symbol of acceptance, innocence, and belonging. So metaphysically for us, the white stone represents pure consciousness or the awareness of our innate wholeness. It's a powerful image for healing. Many of us carry inner judgments and stories of not being enough, not being worthy, not being ready, but Spirit doesn't see us that way. The white stone represents this truth, that there is nothing to earn. There is nothing to prove. You are already accepted as divine love. You are, right now, how you sit, whatever's going on, you are divine love. You are connected to divine love, and nothing but your own thoughts can disconnect you from that feeling. This stone is placed in your hand, not as a reward, but as a remembrance. So it goes on to say, a new name that no one knows except the one who receives it. So in Scripture, a name represents identity. A new name means a new understanding of who we are. So it's not the name that the world gives you. It's not the role you play or the many roles you play in life. It's not a label from your past. This is the name that Spirit speaks within you, the recognition of your true spiritual identity. Unity teaches that each person is a unique expression of God, and that expression has its own tone, purpose, presence, and place within this world. And this name is known only to you. Your awakening is personal. Your revelation is intimate. Your truth is revealed within your own heart. So what does Revelation 2:17 invite us to do? It invites us to trust the inner nourishment of Spirit rather than relying solely on our outer sources. It invites us to release false identities that allow a deeper truth to emerge. It encourages us to accept ourselves as already worthy, already beloved. And it encourages us to listen for the quiet voice within that will speak that true name. Each time we choose spiritual awareness over fear, we receive some of that hidden manna, that sustenance, that connection to the divine. Each time we forgive ourselves and others, we are holding that white stone. We are remembering. Each time we live from our authentic divine nature, we're stepping into that new name and giving it power. Many of us move through life carrying names that we didn't choose for ourselves. It could sound like not enough, too much, broken, behind, responsible for everything, invisible. But Spirit has never had that name for you. Spirit has another name, and that name reflects a divine quality that's seeking expression in this season of your life. These words sound like peace, strength, wisdom, beloved, light, trust, courage, joy. This name may change over time because we are always unfolding in this experience. And this white stone ceremony gives us a way to pause, listen, and allow for that inner truth to rise to the surface. So in a few moments, we're going to have the invitation to meditate on what we're being called to in the new year. And we'll claim that as our new name. Try not to judge what comes up or how it comes up. Be open to whatever you receive and let yourself dive a little deeper than you've ever gone before. Be willing to go underneath, to remember your power and your ability to bring forth what is ready to emerge in you and as you. So I'm going to invite you to go ahead and take your white stone in your hand. Just get ready, start feeling the energy of that white stone in your hand. At any time during the meditation, if the new name or new word starts to come to you, feel free to go ahead and open your eyes and write it on your stone if you need to. And then later, I encourage you to date your stone and use permanent marker when you get home. I know many of us do have that little shelf with all of our white stones sitting next to each other, looking at the progression of the names that have come over the years. It's a beautiful experience. I know for me, I usually keep the stone from the current year somewhere a little more visible that I'll see it, and then when I get the new stone, I go put the other one in the place in the lineup of all the old, and then I kind of acknowledge what has come before and then sit into the new word. Another thing I do is, I don't know if any of the rest of you work in places where you have to have umpteen jillion passwords to get into your systems at work. And so my new word for the year always becomes part of my passwords for the year. And so every day at work, I have to type it in however many times. And it's just a good way to keep it very present in my mind for the year. So that's a little tip I'll share there. And if nothing comes to you during the ceremony, just take the stone home with you and continue to be open. Because whenever we ask, there is an answer. There's no question we can ask that there's not an answer in the divine realm of possibilities. So this new word could come as a title. It could be something like published author or spiritual teacher, leader, sober, grateful, fearless, renewal. Sometimes people write words like peace, love, or presence, and they begin to see themselves take on a new essence of who they are becoming as they meditate on that word. Allow yourself to ask a question: who am I, or what am I called to step into more fully in this coming year? And as you hold it, just open your mind to hearing your new name, not with your outer ears, but with those inner ears, with that deep spiritual listening. So now let's move into a time of inner reflection and sacred ritual. Gently close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. Allow your body to sink comfortably into your chair. Take a slow, deep breath in and release it gently. Allow your body to relax. Allow it to soften. And bring your awareness inward to the quiet place within where spirit dwells. Imagine yourself standing in a peaceful inner sanctuary. This is a place of safety, stillness, and light. You become aware of a gentle presence, the presence of the divine love, offering you nourishment. You don't have to ask for it. You don't have to do anything to earn it. You simply receive. Feel yourself being filled with peace, with wisdom, with assurance. This is the hidden manna, spiritual substance that strengthens and renews you. Now in your awareness, notice the white stone resting gently in your hand. Feel its smoothness, its weight, its quiet strength. This stone represents acceptance, innocence, wholeness. As you hold it, silently affirm, I am accepted. I am whole. I am loved. I am accepted. I am whole. I am loved. In a moment, we will rest in silence. You may sense a word, a feeling, an image, or simply a deep knowing. Don't force anything. There's no need. Just allow Spirit to reveal to you a new name, a truth about who you are becoming. It may be peace, beloved, light, strength, freedom, or something known only to you. Trust whatever arises or trust the silence itself. This revelation will unfold in divine timing. So take a deep breath and set your intention to listen to what Spirit is saying and what your soul is calling to you. Again, no need to force it. Just open yourself to it. Allow it to come through you. Allow it to be revealed to you in the silence. You are being called to do great things, even greater than you can imagine as desiring to express as you. And you have everything you need to live your new name, your new quality right there inside you. Let that gift, that quality, that direction begin to flow through you. Let that name and nature be revealed. You are being called to step up and step in to who you were always meant to be. Take a moment to sit in gratitude for this time to practice sitting in silence and listening for the guidance of Spirit. And remember, this experience is available to you every day, in every moment. As you gently bring your awareness back to the room, hold on to the energy of the new name that has been revealed to you today. And remember, if a word didn't come up, just keep holding space, because it will come as a result of this time. Your willingness to be open and to listen will set the stage, and an openness for it to come forth. If a word did come today that doesn't make sense, stay open and allow its meaning to be revealed to you. The white stone carries a new name, the spiritual identity, and a deeper awareness of your soul's journey at this time in your life. It has come to your awareness to be lived out, to be expressed, to be embodied as you. It is what your true self, the divine, is calling you to be or do in this now moment. It is a whisper from your soul that you are so much more than you have ever let come into expression. So I want to take a moment to honor the new names that have been revealed today. Some of you may want to hold that name close to you, and it is a name known only to you and not to be revealed. But anyone who does feel comfortable sharing or once feels power in sharing it out loud, if you just want to say some of those new names out loud. Wow. Okay, independent.
Tired.
Okay.
Dedicated.
Ah,
Grateful, focused. Vision.
vision, nice. Okay. Did anyone, you don't have to share it, but just did anyone have a word come that you're like, I have no idea why that word is for me right now, or I don't even know what that word means? Yeah, we have a few. I've heard that before. I've seen that before. People have a word come up and they're like, I don't even really know what that word means. I don't know where that word comes from. And they leave the white stone ceremony and start to do the research and they go, oh, now that's starting to make sense. Or sometimes people are 2 to 3 months in and they're like, yeah, there's my word. And then all of a sudden they have a moment that goes, oh, that's what that word was all about. I just hadn't experienced it yet. So just wait and be ready for those aha moments or moments of whispering of divine coming through to you. And as we close today, remember, the hidden manna is always available to you. The white stone is already in your hand. It can be there anytime you want it to be. And your new name is continually being revealed. Each time you choose truth over fear, or each time you pause to listen inwardly, each time you live from your divine nature, you are participating in revelation. So may you walk forward in this new year, nourished by Spirit, grounded in your worth, and open to the unfolding of who you truly are. Thank you.